All right, hello again. So today I was kind of wanting to briefly talk about. I have a little sickness, by the way, so if I sound nasally, that's why. I had some stuff going on in here. But I was kind of wanting to just briefly talk about the idea of not having to be always doing something. And I've kind of brushed over this in the past. But I was just kind of thinking about today. It's a Sunday. I did a little bit of hiking earlier. I didn't do anything crazy today. I did a little hiking, came back this morning at 11. And since then, I've just been kind of relaxing and kind of recouping, doing some R&R, some rest and recuperation. And that feels fairly irregular to me. I feel like I don't really do that very much or very often. And I'm just kind of trying to come to terms with it and realize that every now and then that's okay. I don't think that it's necessarily healthy to be constantly on the move or always doing something and having plans and being super busy. I think that a lot of that is fine. I think that's good for you to be busy and to be doing things. At the same time, though, I think it's really healthy to take a step back from that and kind of just slow down and process and think about things and be okay with just relaxing and just be okay with not doing something. Because for me, my tendency is to get impatient with myself, and I think, well, I'm not doing something right now. I have to be doing something quickly. I feel like I'm missing out on something, and I'm kind of lost right now, by the way. And I guess kind of my thoughts are that I always have to be doing something, and when I'm not doing something, I feel guilty. I feel like I should be doing something. And I'm just trying to, I guess, change my mindset a little bit to where that's not the case so much, where it's okay to just not do something. And it's especially hard for me, just kind of with my own self. I think a lot of people are better at that than I am. But I don't know, I just want to make this little video, I guess, about that. On a separate note slightly, I made the largest investment in someone else that I ever have today. There was this homeless, I guess kind of homeless lady that had 2 daughters and 1 son. And she was outside getting, asking for some food and some money and just kind of doing that thing. And so I went over there and talked to her. She barely spoke any English at all. She spoke very, very minimal English, so it was hard to communicate with her. But I eventually, I was offering to get her some food, because I often do that. I'll try to give some homeless people some food, just to kind of help them out, just to sort of make even just a very slight contribution, I think, makes a difference. So I was trying to do that, and I was just saying, I can go get you some food in King Soopers. If you want something, I can get you something. And her English wasn't great, and she kind of was like, oh, great, yeah. And so she got her kids, and they followed me into the store, which hasn't ever happened to me yet before. I mean, that was a first for me. Because usually I go in there, I buy an item or maybe 2 items for them, then I just hand it over and give it to them. But this time they actually came in the store with me, grabbed a shopping cart, and just started shopping. And I was like, oh wow, here we go. This is turning into a more serious thing than I expected. And at first, I was kind of taken back. I was like, ooh, I wasn't prepared to be spending all this money and paying for your entire shopping experience. I was going to get you a bag of trail mix and then call it good. There's some stuff going on in my mucus. But at first I was kind of uneasy about it, right? I was like, oh boy, I didn't want to spend this much money. And now she's just kind of shopping, not willy-nilly, but she's shopping with a cart. And this whole time I was just kind of like, oh geez, here we go. And so she kind of started picking out some food, and I was just trying to process my emotions and kind of figure out what was going on in my head. And I just sort of started to, I was trying to just kind of let it go, she wasn't going to spend $10,000. I'm not going to go bankrupt. I've got plenty of money, for me anyway. I've got plenty of money. I'm not going to go bankrupt. I'm fine. And if I can spend $200 and help someone's life out for a week or two or three or whatever it might be, then I think I'll do it, and I did do it this morning, today I did. And it's kind of an interesting feeling, just kind of going from hesitant and timid a little bit and like a little taken back to just kind of embracing the moment and being like, all right, whatever you guys need, I'll pay for it, I'll just buy it for you. And that was kind of an interesting little thing for me today, because that was by far my largest investment for sure on anybody else. In the past I have done, there was a guy who was needing gas. He was hoping to go to like Wyoming and he needed some gas, so I filled up his tank, and he had this little 5-gallon gas tank. I filled that up too, and that was like $60, $70 for that. And not that these things need numbers necessarily, but it's it's a good gauge, I guess, for me anyway, and I think for a lot of us as well. But so I spent some money there, but this was about almost $200 of their food. I was going to King Soopers for one bottle of Listerine. I was going to get some Listerine because I went to the dentist and I apparently have cavities, so I'm trying to fix a few things. But yeah, I was seriously going into King Soopers for one item, and then I talked to these guys, and then they got the whole shopping cart, and it was just this weird mentality shift. So I guess that's really all I wanted to talk about. Not anything crazy, but an interesting thing. And it was just kind of cool to see them, how grateful they were at the end. So I shook their hands, barely understood anything, and they were just so, thank you so much. And I gave them the receipts so they could chill outside and wait for their ride to come. But anyway, I guess that's really all that I had to say. I'm going to go on a little hike and maybe some climbing tonight with some friends. And I'm getting out of here. So anyway, that's my video. Roger out.